Back to D-List. Meghan's eager expression shows where her true low class lies. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the King YouTube channel. Well, Meghan Markle finally got to walk down the red carpet like she'd always wanted to. She was seen on November 16th at the Variety's Power of Women event in LA. I mean, can you imagine, though, throwing away the most amazing opportunity of a lifetime to make an impact, to be admired by people all around the globe, to get to meet world leaders? And for what exactly? What, so that she can show up at some event she wasn't invited to, be pushed out of the way, and be asked about that one show that she did several years ago? How did she think life in Hollywood was going to be better than life as a working royal? It seems like she doesn't even need Harry anymore. It's all about Meghan, this independent career woman. It has to bother her, though, that she still desperately needs Harry to stay relevant. I mean, Harry's always going to be the more important person whenever they're together. Meghan should also do a better job of making sure that spray tan covers everything. Now, I wonder, is the royal family still the reason that she has to wear beige? She's worried about standing out? Meghan Markle is a pathological liar, and she can't even keep up with all the lies she's told. At this point, it seems like she must be getting dementia, because in that mockumentary that was published 1 year ago, she complained that she was forced to wear beige all the time because they were so worried that she was going to stand out. And now she's wearing beige all the time, and as far as we know, it's all her choice. Neutrals also don't look good on her. I mean, it doesn't suit her skin tone. She needs to do that color analysis and figure out what her season is. Her season is not whatever season is allowed to wear beige, that's for sure. And it doesn't matter how much filler she's got in her face, how much Botox, how much fake hair she has, how many spa treatments she receives. She just looks washed out. The tan looks fake, and her weight loss is scary. Meghan turned her back on one of the most privileged positions in the entire world, and she bit the hand of the family that embraced her, the family that fed her. And she ran off to end up where she started out, except now the thing is, her reputation is in the toilet. She is infamous. She's not respected. What is wrong with that woman? And even though she pays a lot of money to try to look good, she is losing her looks at a rapid rate. It's because of all the stress she's under, what with the failure of all her plans for Hollywood fame and fortune. Her narcissism, though, does not allow her to understand how and why everything has gone wrong. She just keeps on making the same mistakes over and over again. She will not listen to anyone's advice. By now, they have to be having money problems. And that's why Meghan is getting so frantic, so desperate. She's got to find success before the money runs out. I also find it incredibly ironic that she whined about how the palace wouldn't let her wear colors because they were worried that she was going to clash with the more important royals. What a load of BS. Meghan obviously chooses to dress in these muted shades of beige. I mean, she's choosing her clothing now, and we see her on a daily basis showing up in this neutral palette. We never see her wear bold colors. It's all basic colors of tan or black or white or navy. Occasionally, we'll see her wear some color, like when she wore that gold Hertz dress, or sometimes she'll wear red. But she used that to attack the royal family because she figured it gave more ammunition to prove how she was a victim in all this, of this oppressive establishment who tried to silence her. It's all a bunch of lies. Ever since Meghan ran away from this life of privilege in the royal family, she's aged about 20 years. She's never going to have it that good again. She's already burned all her bridges, and she has shown everybody what a horrible person she really is. So now her only hope of remaining relevant is to flash that rictus grin at the camera and hope that somebody publishes her picture. Alright, so I will say one nice thing about her, though. At least her skin doesn't look so orange now. I guess she switched brands of spray tanner or whatever. Meghan needs a good stylist, though. Somebody who will be honest with her and give good advice. Tell her what kind of styles and cuts she needs to wear, how it's going to look on her body. The truth is, she's got a boxy body. She needs to dress for it. She could make it look good if she tried. That beige dress didn't fit right. Again, that's what we always see with her. The bodice was way too loose, especially on the right-hand side, and it was way too long again. And I couldn't even tell, was that dress supposed to be an off-the-shoulder dress? If you follow the front seam, which went off the shoulder, it's no longer centered. Is it really supposed to look like that, or this was Meghan's take on the design? This could just be another way to get traffic onto the designer's site. Meghan's going to use the analytics and the search results to further her ambitions of being a brand ambassador, considering that Dior and others have already signed up their ambassadors and they want nothing to do with Meghan. Now, if that's what she's up to, how sneaky, how underhanded. But again, those words describe her perfectly, so that probably is what she's doing. If I were ever dumb enough to pay for that dress she was wearing, I would want the zipper pull either hidden or I would want it to look decorative at least. Now, it would make it high fashion, but the sleeve that's there is sewn all weirdly and the other side simply doesn't hang right. If that's how it's supposed to be, okay. I mean, the slits really show off Meghan's chicken legs, and they're down there on the ground. They're sweeping the ground. And the waist gathers at the pooch of her stomach. It's not flattering in the least. And Meghan, maybe you want to spray tan those feet too, and also that strip down the center of your head. She looks an absolute mess. And let's be real, the only power Meghan has is over Harry. I used to be really furious at him as to why he allowed her to ruin him, but now it's pretty clear. Harry has some serious problems. I think he's got some mental deficiencies. He's basically special needs. If he had not been raised in the household that he was raised in, if he had not been exposed to what his position in life allowed him to be exposed to, he'd be working somewhere for minimum wage with no real responsibilities. He went from being His Royal Highness Prince Harry to wanting to be just Harry, and now he just wishes that he still represented royalty. At this point, he's like a cartoon character. And Meghan doesn't care. She wants him to fail. She gets to meet people who she would never have met otherwise. She gets to wear clothing she never would have been able to afford. She is just such a messy person all around. But she's fine because she gets to see her name in the headlines, and that's all she really cares about. And Harry looks like he's just waiting for directions. He needs to be deprogrammed. Meghan has made it about as high as she ever can on the social ladder. And what is going to happen to Harry? Well, I guess his future depends on how much longer he can stay in La La Land. How much longer can he go there without losing his mind altogether? I hope, though, if the kids are real, she'll let nannies raise the kids, or maybe she'll allow them to go to Britain with their father. There's also a rumor that has been circulating that Meghan was on the hunt for a husband the summer that she met Harry among the wealthy, famous European jet-set crowd. She was not an Oscar-winning actress, but she knew that her days as a Z-list actress were coming to an end. So she was careful to make all the right connections, and she hired the best PR team to move her into the right circles and the right charitable causes, which would eventually lead her to meet the right people. And it looks like it worked. And while working on achieving her goal of marrying up, Meghan screwed over plenty of people. No family except her mother at her wedding, no cousins, no good friends from her past, no uncles, no aunts, but Oprah, who she had never even met before, showed up. All the people who were there were people Meghan barely even knew, like Serena and Priyanka. They were not her friends, and they were the first to say so. The story about her father's absence at the last moment, though, still doesn't make sense to me. Everything about Meghan Markle is so sketchy. She made sure to seal the deal with Harry as soon as possible, and now supposedly they've got 2 kids, which is going to keep Harry stuck with her. She got him out of the UK as fast as she possibly could, using some made-up story of racism in the royal family. I don't believe for even a moment that she was ever willing to live in cold, rainy England long-term. She was not going to be willing to play second fiddle to William and Catherine. Her ego is way too big for that. And Harry was there all alone, looking pathetic at the coronation. At one time, he was one of the most popular royals. And then he met this grifter yacht girl and everything went downhill. I was just thinking, if Harry had just gone to his local strip club and met and married a stripper, a good stripper, a stripper with a heart of gold, that would have been a much better choice than this Z-list mattress actress. A stripper probably would have been a better choice when it comes to fashion, too. She probably would have had a better sense of fashion. And maybe she could have been a good person, always doing things for other people. I mean, maybe she was somebody who really enjoyed the dancing aspect of being a pole girl. I mean, maybe instead of marrying a prince, this was the only dancing she could make a living at. Would the royal family accept someone like that? Well, I mean, the one they welcomed with open arms had a much more sketchy past, so why not? Maybe this girl would actually be good at being a working royal. She would be okay with doing service to other people. She would get along well with the royal family, and more important, she would be grateful for the amazing life that was offered to her when she married a prince of the realm. But instead, we've got this ungrateful Meghan Markle who pitches fits in the floor like a baby and tells hateful lies about the royal family after being given absolutely everything. She can't be the one in charge all the time, so she's going to go pout in the corner. She's not going to be the next queen ever, not even close. But you know, this is who Harry chose to marry, so I don't feel sorry for him at all. And you, what do you think about Meghan and Harry? Please tell me your opinion below in the comments. If you think my video is useful, don't be afraid to like and share it with anybody else who would love it anytime you want. And don't be afraid to click the subscribe button to get more updates in the future. Thank you so much for tuning in, have a lovely weekend, and we'll be back to see you all tomorrow.